Okay, this is going to be another A to Z with my thoughts on a specific champion. Next is Akali, the Fist of Shadow. She does have pretty mixed damage, but mostly AP than anything else, because of the way her kit works. I completely agree with mobility and damage, but I would honestly give her some whatever the heck it's called, toughness, just because she lifesteals so much that she might as well be a tank. Um, I would agree with the most part for her difficulty, honestly, because I don't think it's all that difficult, nor do I think it's like you can just pick it up and do it anytime you want. You have to actually have a little bit of practice with her. Um, then her lore is a prodigy in the fighting arts. Akali is a member of the martial order known as the King Cow, I believe is how it's said. She succeeds her mother as the Fist of Shadow, entrusted with the sacred duty to end those who would bring imbalance to her homeland. While some find her methods extreme, Akali is judicious in maintaining harmony across Ionia. Um, I would say, yeah, many could definitely question her methods. But I think that I don't really have any big thoughts on her lore. Hmm. Yeah, honestly, I don't really have any thoughts toward her lore. Then her abilities. Mark of the Assassin, Akali spins her comma at a target enemy to deal magic damage and mark the target for 6 seconds. Akali's melee attack against a marked target will trigger and consume the mark of to cause additional damage and restore energy. Didn't realize that restored energy. Um, I'm actually just gonna go first with the passive. Twin disciplines. 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 Akali's first two attacks are empowered. The first strike heals her. The second strike deals bonus magic damage. Twin disciplines will recharge itself automatically a short while after being used. I really hate this just because like the first strike heals her. I'm fine with like the bonus magic damage to an extent. I feel it's a little bit, I'm gonna say excessive, because it was just like how much damage she can burst you while healing herself is just insane. Um, but I guess that's, I don't know. Twilight Shroud. Akali teleports to a nearby location, leaving a cover of smoke at her previous location. While inside the shroud, Akali becomes invisible and gains movement speed. Attacking or using abilities will briefly reveal her. Enemies inside the smoke have their movement speed reduced. Her E is Crescent Slash. Akali flourishes her commas, dealing damage based on her bonus attack damage and ability power. When Crescent Slash kills a unit, it has shorter cooldown. The last one, her R, Shadow Dance. Akali moves through shadows to quickly strike through her target, dealing damage and consuming an essence of shadow charge. Isn't... Hmm? Huh. Akali recharges essence of shadow charges periodically. Um... Okay, so she can dash 3 times, and that's what the essence of shadow charges are. But okay, really, like the main problem I have with her is that one, her W should not slow. It should not slow you unless you're like in the center of it or something. Like I'm fine with it cloaking her. I'm fine with it doing like the short distance because that allows her to go over walls and things, and it's like okay. But what I'm not fine with is the slow effect afterward, because there's so many times where like she just jumps on you and throws that down just to slow you, and then she'll attack you and beat you anyway. Now I understand like that's what the point of it is, but she can already re-dash to you over and over and over again. Why does she need a form of crowd control to help her with that? She doesn't. So, like, that should really just not slow you at all, and it should only be something used to, like, shield herself with it. Like, she should only be able to use it just for increasing her own movement speed and making it harder for people to attack her. So it should just be a purely defensive spell. Especially when the rest of her kit is 100% offense. I'm fine with Mark of the Assassin, honestly. I wish that... I'm pretty sure that her abilities can also proc it, but... Like her E and her R. It says melee attack, so maybe not. If her abilities, like, can't, then I think... that honestly, it's fine the way it is. I'm pretty sure that, though, that her passive can go off of it, and that's what I don't want. Like, I understand that's what, like, her passive is for, but goodness golly gosh does it hurt. And it just heals her for way too much. Like, I guess I am fine with her, with it going off of it in the end. Her Q, to me, is honestly pretty balanced and okay. It can really hurt, but assassins are supposed to have an ability to damage, or to do a lot of damage. With her E, I would just increase the cooldown of it. Like, I don't even care if it kills something or not. Like, it needs to have a bigger cooldown, because there's been times it only has like a 3-second cooldown. And, like, if you're killing something, it's even less, and she can just use it over and over and over again in a fight. And each time she does it, she's getting health back and all this stuff. Like, I know that you also do build, like, Hextech Gunblade on her, which is another reason why she gets so much health, but, like, goodness, she can use the ability way too much. Like, I know she runs off of energy, so she can run out pretty fast, because usually energy costs are higher than mana costs. But at the same time, like, she can still get off, like, 2 combos with her max bar of energy, which is, like, a health bar and a half. So the only thing I would really do with that one is just increase its cooldown, because, God, she can just spam it. Like, I'll be fine if, like, they keep using it just to, like, farm, and, like, it does decrease the cooldown with minions, but, God, it's, like, hitting it against me when nothing's dying and still being able to use it, like, 3 times is a bit excessive. And her R, oof. I don't really know how to describe this. I don't have any, like, big changes as for her, as, like, just little changes, as I was saying before. Just increase cooldown. One ability is completely fine. Take away the slow. But this one, I don't like it. I'm pretty sure it counts as, like, the first attack. First 2 attacks are part of the first strike. I believe it counts as, like, the first attack. But I'm pretty sure it also, like, does it, like, I see that, like, yeah, she does an automatic, I don't know if it counts as an auto attack. If it counts as an auto attack and it procs, like, her Q, like, because a lot of times they'll throw this, then they'll dash, then they'll do a spin after, like, auto attacking. But I don't know if the dash counts as an auto attack for this. If it does, then that should definitely change. If it doesn't, then I guess that would be fine for the most part. But at the same time, I don't like... One, I would shorten her dashes to, like, only 2 probably, especially because she already has another dash, which is her W. Like, that's may not be the same distance, but it's close enough to where I don't like it. So I would just keep her at 2 dashes instead of 3. To give her, like, less options, I would say. I would lower the healing that she gets off of her first hit. And, yeah, because right now, Akali is not balanced at all for the fact that she can one-shot you and regain her entire health bar at the same time. It's just too excessive. And the fact that her W, turning her invisible, makes it so easy for her to jump into a full group of 5, kill one target, and just say, okay, now I'm invisible. Like, I do not agree with that. So, yeah, I would lower this to two jumps. I would make sure that it does not proc this, and that she does absolutely need to get off the auto attack. Just like increase the cooldown for this ability. I would probably also increase the energy costs. I don't know what the energy cost is currently, but I would probably increase the energy costs for that Mark of the Assassin. Take away the slow on this. Decrease both the healing. Just decrease your passive in general. I'd decrease both the healing and the bonus damage that she gets. Like, I understand that, yeah, it's a passive and actually has a cooldown, so it's not going to happen every time, but I don't think it's that big of a cooldown for how, like, often she's capable of doing it. So I would probably also increase the cooldown. I would nerf her passive in every way, shape, and form. Her skins are Stinger, Crimson, what's with the head? All-Star, Nurse, Blood Moon. I forgot she has a Blood Moon. Hers is probably like one of the worst Blood Moons. Silver Fang, Headhunter, Sashimi, and that is all. I like the Sashimi one just because of like this like entire skill set I find very funny. But yeah, I find the Sashimi one just fine the way it is. I don't like Stinger. I guess maybe in game it's better, but like out of game, I wish it was like a little bit more like this. Like with the face thing, I wish that there's more along like her actual body of that. I'm fine with the Crimson one, but I don't know. I guess I wish there was more like a red glow, as like how those eyes are red glowing. I wish that she herself had like some sort of red glow, either with her eyes or with her dress, or like some sort of part of her body / maybe her weapons. I'm fine with the All-Star. I don't really have to say anything about that one. I'm also fine with Nurse. I think it's just a skin. The Blood Moon, I would definitely give an update to. I'd make her mask more like the other Blood Moon mask, where it's actually something to, I don't know, it's something that's, I would say, cool looking. I would turn like more of her body red with like other darker colors instead of white. All like the other Blood Moons, you can't see their skin. So I would definitely put something like bandages or wrappings over her skin just to block it. I like how the weapons are, so I would keep those similar, just give them like a visual update. I think Silver Fang in itself is really cool. I didn't realize that she has a knife attached to her hair. I think Silver Fang in itself is really cool, but I think that there should be more like basically blades on her actual person. I guess the hair too. Just like have more blades on her person. That would give it off a little bit better. I definitely enjoyed the Headhunter skin. I wouldn't change anything about that one. And as I already said, I like the Sashimi. So this has been like my thoughts, the A to Z, what I would do, what I would change, how I would nerf, basically for her, because I don't have any big changes. So it's just like, how would I nerf this champion? Is like just lower her health back, increase her cooldown. I'll go over it one more time. Lower her passive in every way, like lower the health back, lower the damage, increase the cooldown of it. Make this ability cost more energy because it just hurts so flippin' badly. Take away the slow in this ability. Increase the cooldown on her E. And make it only 2 dashes instead of 3. That has been Akali of the A to Z. We are nowhere near done with the haze yet. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy the series, leave like a like and leave a comment if you agree with me, if you disagree with me, if there's anything you have any input that you have, like maybe a change that you would say. If you happen to either know anyone in Riot I'd be fond if you would tell them of me. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and I bid